The interview seemed perfect. Polished resume, airtight answers, warm smile. So, the hiring manager stamped yes, paid the $10,000 recruiter fee, and learned 3 months later that the warm smile was a nervous tic masking chronic dishonesty. The new hire walked off with client data, the company ate the loss, and HR realized too late they'd misread a single facial cue. What if you could spot that red flag in the first 10 seconds? In the next 12 minutes, we'll unpack 8 little-known secrets straight from Patrick King's Read People, like a book that let you decode posture, voice, microexpressions, and even story gaps so accurately it feels like mind reading. Miss one secret and you'll keep guessing. Master all 8 and you'll navigate boardrooms, dates, and negotiations with cheat code clarity. Ready to turn casual glances into crystal clear insights. Let's dive in. Patrick King isn't a magician. He's a former social skills coach who's logged thousands of hours dissecting courtroom footage, dating disasters, and everyday small talk to answer one question: what are people thinking? His conclusion is equal parts reassuring and terrifying. People broadcast their intentions constantly, but most of us never learned the alphabet of those signals. That ignorance is expensive. Hiring frauds, trusting the wrong partner, blowing a sales pitch because you missed the moment a buyer checked out. Today's world amplifies the risk. We interview on Zoom, negotiate across cultures, swipe right on strangers. Context shifts faster than ever, but human tells remain ancient. Decode them, and you hold an edge everywhere. If you're hungry for weekly, no-fluff breakdowns that turn complex books into real-world superpowers, smash subscribe right now and ring the bell. YouTube's algorithm loves burying life-changing ideas unless you ask for them. Grab a pen, and someone's subtle eyebrow lift is about to make perfect sense. Our first secret wipes your own biases clean, because accurate reading starts with an empty slate. Secret 1: blank slate and baseline. College recruiter Maya once swore she could read enthusiasm in a handshake until a candidate with a limp grip became her top-performing hire. The mistake? Projection. She judged through her filter instead of starting at 0. Patrick King calls the fix tabula rasa. Wipe the mental whiteboard, observe like a camera, and build a baseline before labeling anything. Try this in the next meeting. For 30 seconds, note only facts, posture, blink rate, and vocal pace. No adjectives, no motives. That snapshot is your normal. When you see a spike, a sudden pause, or crossed arms, you're not guessing. You're spotting deviation. Maya retried the exercise, discovered her star hire always squeezed lightly, and never misgraded a handshake again. Coming up, once your slate is clean, you need a multi-sensory radar. Secret 2 shows how to scan 4 communication channels at once without looking like a weirdo staring contest champion. Secret 2, the 4-channel scan. Picture a poker table in Vegas. A rookie watches only faces. A pro watches everything. Patrick King's pros use a 4-channel scan. 1. Words, the literal content. Second, paraverbal tone, pitch, speed, volume. 3. Microface, those 1/5 second emotion flashes. 4. Body language, hands, feet, torso angle. In the 2013 World Series of Poker, champ Ryan Reese called a bluff after noticing his opponent's voice drop half an octave, while the smile stayed fixed in tone and face out of sync. That single read earned him $8 million. Micro action. Watch tonight's news at 0.75 times speed. Mute it for 10 seconds. Read the body only. Then listen with eyes closed. Read tone only. Finally, combine all 4 channels and note contradictions. Post the oddest mismatch in the comments. I'll pin the sharpest catch. But the fastest tell hides in skin-deep twitches. Secret 3 Decoding Microexpressions will teach you to freeze-frame emotions in real time. Don't blink. These cues vanish in 40 milliseconds. Secret 3 Freeze-frame the truth. Microexpressions. Customs officer Elena once cleared a traveler who smiled widely while handing over his passport, but her gut twitched at a flash in his eyes. She rewound airport footage later at 0.25 times and caught it. A split-second fear microexpression, eyebrows pinched, lower eyelids taut before the grin snapped on. The man's suitcase, rescanned, held contraband electronics. Paul Ekman proved that we all exhibit 7 universal emotions: anger, fear, disgust, contempt, happiness, sadness, and surprise, in bursts as short as 40 milliseconds. Patrick King's drill: play any interview on YouTube at quarter speed, pause on the first twitch you notice, label the emotion, then play normal speed to see if context matches. Grab a mirror, cycle through surprise, disgust, fear twice. Training your muscles can boost recognition accuracy by up to 50%. Post which emotion was hardest. I'll drop a tip to master it. But a face alone can fool you if the room is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Secret 4 shows why environment and bias matter more than any single gesture, so you don't convict a shivering introvert of lying. Secret 4, context is king. The FOG triangle. During a winter sales call, rookie rep Dan panicked when his prospect crossed her arms and frowned. He slashed the price on the spot. Minutes later, the HVS kicked on. She unfolded her arms, smiled, and Dan realized he'd just donated $3,000 to the climate control gods. King's safeguard is the fog triangle, F. Facts. What's indisputably true? Room temp equals 60 degrees Fahrenheit. O. Observations. What behaviors do I see? Arms crossed. G. Guesses, what might it mean? Defensive versus cold. Rank your certainty in that order. Never let a guess drive decisions before checking facts and observations. In your next meeting, write 1 F, 1 O, and 1 G before you speak. You'll feel your snap judgments slow down in real time. Share the weirdest disparity you find. The best example gets featured in a community post. Mastering context blocks false alarms, yet some people still lie with surgical precision. Secret 5 exposes the verbal breadcrumbs that deceivers can't help but drop. Secret 5, spot the lie, verbal breadcrumbs. Detective Imani once asked 2 roommates where they'd spent the night when a laptop vanished. Roommate A blurted, "Movie, popcorn, bed done." Roommate B launched into a minute-long timeline, complete with street names and brands of chips, yet none of it was requested. Patrick King calls that over-detail syndrome. Liars fear holes, so they wallpaper them with trivia. Watch for 3 telltale breadcrumbs. 1. Parrot back. They repeat your question to buy time. Where was I last night? Where was I last night? 2. Chronological perfection. Too tidy, no or backtrack. Real memories have wrinkles. 3. Channel clash. Words say sure, head shakes, no. Imani circled the over-detailing roommate. Turns out the chip brand didn't exist in their city. Case closed. Ask a friend an obvious question. What'd you eat for breakfast? Then a curveball. Where were you at 2:17 p.m. Wednesday? Note differences in pause length and extra details. Share your observation below. I'll decode what it signals. But single interrogations can slip through cracks. Secret 6 shows how one well-timed callback can unravel any polished story. Secret 6, Circleback questioning. The memory stress test. HR director Lena suspected a resume embellishment, but lacked proof. Mid-interview, she asked, "So your start date at Orion Tech was March 2019. The candidate nodded, spun a seamless tale, and they moved on. 15 minutes later, Lena circled back casually. "Remind me you joined Orion in early 2018 or 19? He blinked, hesitated, then said, "Woo, 2018? Yeah." The story fractured. The offer revoked. King's circleback method works because honest memories stay anchored, while fabricated timelines live on shaky stilts. Steps. 1. Ask a neutral fact early. 2. Change wording and revisit 10 to 20 minutes later. 3. Compare answers, note delays, contradictions, or tonal shifts. In your next team chat, re-ask a harmless detail, the meeting time, or the budget figure. If recall scrambles, flag it for follow-up. If it matches, trust climbs. Post your results. Best Live demo earns a shout-out. Up next, even perfect answers can't hide emotional leaks. Secret 7 will map thoughts to emotions to actions so you can forecast someone's next move before they make it. Stay tuned. Secret 7. Tea leaves. Predict the next move. Negotiator Carlos once faced a supplier drumming 2 fingers on the table fast, staccato beats while repeating, "We're happy with current pricing." Patrick King's TEA model, thoughts, emotions, actions, clicked in. Finger tapping signaled impatience, emotion, rooted in a thought. "We're wasting time. Give us real concessions." Carlos skipped small talk and proposed a volume bonus instead of a price cut. The drumming stopped. The supplier leaned forward to sign. How to brew tea. 1. Observe action, tapping, pacing, silence. 2. In for the emotion behind it, impatient, anxious, relaxed. 3rd, guess thought fueling that emotion, "I'm not getting value." 4. Respond to the thought, not the surface action. At your next coffee shop sit down, pick a stranger. Note one action, label the likely emotion, and write your best thought guess. Later, see if their follow-up behavior, ordering, leaving, switching seats, matches your prediction. Post your most accurate call. Top hit gets featured in a comment collage. But wielding these powers without guardrails can backfire fast. Secret 88 explains why ethical reading builds trust and how to keep curiosity from turning into creepiness. Secret 8. Read, don't manipulate. Ethics and rapport. Sales rep Dana wowed prospects by mirroring posture and decoding microexpressions until one client called her a mind game robot and walked out. Patrick King's final rule: insight without empathy breeds distrust. Accuracy matters, but intent matters more. 3 safeguards. 1. Transparency light. Drop a soft meta comment. "I get the sense this deadline's stressing you. Am I reading that right?" Acknowledge your observation. Invite correction. Mutual benefit. Use insights to clarify, not corner. Reframe. "Sounds like budget's tight. Let's see if phased billing helps," instead of, "Gotcha, you can't afford it." 2. Privacy filter. Skip digging for cues in contexts where people expect invisibility. Therapy rooms, funerals, quiet commutes. Respect amplifies rapport. This week, practice one transparency light line in conversation. Report how the other person reacts. Did trust rise? Drop your story below. The best rapport winner gets a shout-out in the end screen montage. Quick bonus. We're about to run a slow-motion breakdown of the one gesture that 90% of people misread as the half smile with a head tilt. Misreading it can wreck a first date or cost you a promotion. Drop a comment with the body language cue that still stumps you, e.g., foot pointing away, hands in pockets. I'll pick the 3 most interesting and pin a mini analysis with GIFs right below this video. Post yours now, and in under a minute, we'll dissect that legendary half smile together. 8 secrets, 1 upgraded perception. 1. Blank slate and baseline, observe facts first. 2. 4-channel scan, words, tone, face, body. 3. Microexpression decoder, catch 40 millisecond flashes. 4. Fog triangle, facts before guesses. 5. Verbal breadcrumbs, over-detail signals deceit. 6th circle, back questioning, memory stress test stories. 7. T model, thoughts, emotions, actions. 8. Ethics and rapport, insight without manipulation. Tonight's challenge: run the 4-channel scan on a talk show clip, log 1 contradiction, and share it below. I'll pin the sharpest catch. If this crash course leveled up your people radar, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so YouTube shows you next week's gesture masterclass. Ready for a deeper dive into human nature? Grab Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature, a powerhouse companion that expands King's cues into historical and psychological frameworks. The summary link is in the description.